Hi everyone, welcome to Mind Your Health with Brian Dans. And I just got tested at Age of Wellness Center in West Hollywood, and my results are negative. And if you can all go see Walter, he's an amazing guy, very high spirited, makes you feel very comfortable. And I also got tested because I'll be celebrating my birthday at Daddy Issues. I'm gonna be celebrating my birthday at Daddy Issues summer pool party on July 13th, which is like a day after my birthday. And I just wanted to share that. So today's topic that I'll be talking about is unwanted feedback and solicited feedback. And I'll also be talking about our beautiful Sylvia Rivera and more insight about who this beautiful woman is and how she helped out the queer world and made the 4 steps of what queer culture is today. So I'm here at Gisado's and I got a sampler, and then I just noticed that they have an amazing cups with an amazing lids. And I'm gonna chow down on these beautiful tacos. So I'm talking about today about solicited feedback and unwanted feedback. So I taught my girls this week on my group day that what's the difference between solicited feedback and unwanted feedback. And most of my girls gave an example that solicited feedback is feedback that they actually asked for, or they actually wanted your input, or they actually were thinking of like wanting your opinion. And unwanted feedback is when typically people interject themselves or people say things without even asking, because a lot of situations like my girls go through, they argue all the time and they always get into each other's arguments. So let's just say they're talking to one of our staffs and our staffs are like, okay, who stole this? And then these other girls were like, oh, I know this bitch stole this, I know this bitch stole that, she stole this thing from me. So all these girls are interjecting themselves of unwanted feedback when the situation is not even about them. So I encourage people to always ask their peers, always ask their partners, always ask everyone if you can give yourself an opinion before interjecting yourself, because bitches get slapped when they don't want their feedback. And I've seen it, and I don't want people to go through that. Hey everyone, so I'm getting pupusas at this Salvadorian restaurant on Alvarado near my boyfriend I's place near MacArthur Park. So I'm gonna let you all know how these pupusas come out. So Sylvia Rivera was an interesting young woman. So she identified as Latina, trans, and she was a sex worker. And particularly she kind of fell through with a lot of like mainstream gay organizations, because many of them kind of didn't recognize that trans individuals were basically humans just like them. So she kind of organized with her friend Marsha P. Johnson Starr, and she also organized a house that helped young queer youth who were going through homelessness. They were needing of shelter, needing of food, needing of like all type of assistance. So Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera basically became mothers to a lot of young queer youth and basically held their lives and make sure that they followed through their path of like what their ideals were, and made sure that they really fought hard for trans rights and queer rights during with Sylvia Rivera and Marsha P. Johnson. Look at these pupusas. So Sylvia Rivera started the Sylvia Rivera Law Project, which helped a lot of women of color, especially that identified as trans, and she provided free services to them in New York. And she really was the leading cause to making sure that women weren't treated like unfairly, discriminated in employment and housing and everyday life. So Sylvia Rivera really gave that kind of that knowledge towards trans women to make sure that they are treated equally, and she really fought hard in the non-discrimination act of, that was part of New York's like discrimination act towards like gender. So she really fought hard to make sure that trans women were recognized under that act.
Careless act causes a supernova which sadly kills
My hair is very fucking crazy right now.
peaceful
But
planet.
this next video that I'll be coming out with is about emotional regulation, and I'm happy that you all learned a little bit more about Sylvia and when to give feedback to people. So I hope you all enjoy this week's video, and hope to see you all next week to Mind Your Health with Brian Dance.
Watch